reshaping the topic of what we muza kunyemerera mixing ikinyarwanda n'icyongereza. Sometime you presenting tubaka casualties z'indimi twakuriyemo. So ndaza kumixing languages. So na shaping the topic to be a competitive skill set as essential for a thriving future. And I will explain impamvu nayise competitive skill set. Kuko skills ntabwo ari stock. Wenda aba economist bari badukurikira bari hano barabizi. Ntabwo ari stock yuko skills zikenerwa cyangwa zo ari ikintu kiri aho kitahinduka. Skills zigenda zihinduka bitewe n'ibyo ndi busobanure mu mwanya, ariko bitewe n'ibihe bihari na demand cyangwa se ikikenewe mu bantu kugira ngo bitware neza ku isoko ry'umurimo. Kuko hano hari ibintu bibiri nkunda gupresenting ibi bintu byinshi, ariko nashatse kubigira simple kugira ngo wenda tuze gukurikira twese. Iyo tuvuga skills, ubumenyi, wenda ngira ngo niko mu kinyarwanda byita, bigendana n'ibintu bibiri. Icya mbere gikomeye ni isoko ry'umurimo. Kuko iyo hatari isoko ry'umurimo, wenda skills ntabwo byaba ikintu gikenewe cyane, usibye wenda nabwo aho turi buze kuvuga wenda, kuko hano I guess abantu bamwe n'abakozi b'Imana. So no mu murimo dusavinga Imana naho dukenera skills, turaza kubigarukaho nyuma. So skills hari a determining factor ya labor market, isoko ry'umurimo, ahariho tugeneramo ikintu cyitwa demand. Demand ubu aba ku isoko ry'umurimo hari abakoresha baba bakeneye abakozi kugira ngo babafashe kuzamura umusaruro wabo, babone inyungu, babone na productivity y'ibyo bashaka gukora. So bigatuma bagira list of skills bakeneye cyangwa talents. Ibyo bigatuma rero natwe dutekereza ku izo skills bijyanye n'abashaka kuduha aho tugomba kubona imirimo. So niyo mpamvu mbyita ngo competitive skills. Ni ukuvuga ngo ubumenyi buzatuma wowe kanaka, nk'uko Jonas yarabivuze, ugumiza kuba relevant ku isoko ry'umurimo. So uzaba relevant first of all kuko ufite imbaraga ushobora gukora, ariko kuko ufite ubumenyi bujyanye n'icyo gihe. So nuvuga uti okay, nabonye lisansi cyangwa maîtrise mu myaka y'ibihumbi 90 na kangahe cyangwa iki, so ntago nyeneye kwiga, si nyenewe kwihugura. Hari ubwo uzasanga nyine wa mugano utari relevant, bitakigendana, kandi the dynamics zirahinduka, ndaza kuzivuga mu kanya. Ikindi nashaka kuvuga ni why cutting edge skills nk'uko mwabivuze. So izi ni skills zimwe akenshi dukunda kwita transferable skills. Wenda nazo turaza kuzigeraho muri presentations. But what are those skills? Nazo ziraza kuba zigaragara. Ariko I want to establish a disclaimer here that we are not focusing only on these cutting edge or essential skills, as different people might call them, or transferable skills. Twebwe nk'uko muri iki kiganiro tukwiriye kubireba mu bigo bwagutse. Ese skills ni izihe tukwiriye kugenda tuzimenya dute? So which leads me kuri my next point. So skills ni one of the great challenges of 21st century. nk'uko bamwe tuzi climate change, nk'uko tuzi ibibazo bya crisis hirya no hino ku isi, nk'uko tuzi ibibazo bya issues of global warming n'ibindi, tugenda tubonamo na skills, ngira ngo gera ku ya 16 as the question of how the labor force is competent and capacitated. So across different regions of the world, bagenda bavuga kuri iki kibazo cya skills. Ariko mu bintu bimwe bibitera harimo n'ikibazo cya development trajectories of countries cyangwa regions, kubera iki ibihugu uko bigenda bitera imbere birwana no kugira ngo bikorane n'ibindi, bifata ibindi biri mu nzira z'amajyambere, bigenda bikenera ubumenyi butandukanye. Ubwo bumenyi bugatuma nyine ba bantu nahoze mvuga labor market cyangwa employers, baba private, public, civil society n'abandi, bapushinga abantu kugira ngo babe bafite certain skills kugira ngo baze ku isoko ry'umurimo. So iterambere rero ry'ibihugu influencinga ubumenyi tugomba kuba dufite. Obviously ibihugu biri mu nzira y'amajyambere, aha niho tugenda tubona casualties za skills. Ndaza kubivugaho imbere, uraza gusanga muri ibihugu byacu bimwe biri mu nzira y'amajyambere dufite ikibazo cy'aba bantu nyine bagombye kuba bakora ariko batari ku isoko ry'umurimo nk'uko bagomba kuba bari ku isoko ry'umurimo. Impamvu ziratandukanye, ziba ari nyinshi bitewe na structure y'economies zabo z'ibi bihugu. So ndatanga urugero, niba benshi bari muri informal sector, then informal sector ntabwo turi buvuge skills. Muri informal sector umuntu abakora kugira ngo abone amaramuko y'ejo. So ibyo nabyo by'affect ibihugu, ibyo bihugu ntabwo wabigereranya n'ibindi biteye imbere muri developed economies, biba biri clear yuko abantu bagomba gukora gutya, bagomba kuba bafite ubumenyi. Ikindi ni challenges za globalization, of course benefits and challenges. Urabona ibihugu isi iragenda iba a global village, abantu ubucuruzi burambukiranya imipaka across the board, abantu baragenda, talents are moving. Uraba uri hano mu Rwanda ugashaka kujya gukora muri Canada, muri Qatar, ugakenera imirimo muri Europe. Ngubu turavuga online work, freelancers n'ibandi. So ibyo byose bikenera kuba ufite ubumenyi, kandi ibyo ngira ngo nk'uko wenda bamwe mubizi, ibi ni ibintu bimwe dutangiye kubona recent. Urumva aba freelancers n'abandi kuba bakoresha abantu remote work, ibi ni ibintu bikenera certain kind of skills. So ibyo ngibyo nabyo bikenera ko twitegura. Niba warabaye trained muri 98 wenda aribwo wagraduatinze uri umukontabure, then ejo bagakenera abantu bakora freelancing y'ubukontabure muri US, kuko murabizi the cost of labor force muri US, ubwo ndavutangwa nk'urugero rwa US n'ahandi, ariko muri developed economies iyo birahenze. So bagahitamo gukoresha abari muri developing countries muri bihugu byacu, and one of them being accountants. Why can't you do your accounting uri Kigali? But you need those skills of remote work. Technology advancement is very critical. Ngira ngo Jonas yabivuzeho, iragenda yavansa, inaba mainstreamed muri sectors zose z'imirimo cyangwa z'ubuzima bwacu, including no mu nsengero ho dusengera. So technology iravansa. Mwibuke wenda bari kunuza bakuru, mwibuke kera dushaka amakuru gusa tugategereza radiyo, tugategereza ikinyamakuru Imvaho abo mu Rwanda cyangwa radiyo Rwanda. Uyu munsi amakuru aratugeraho every time, every minute kubera technology. Then no mu kazi ho tugira murabizi, communication is changing the way we are working. So institution ida communicatinga ibyo irasigara. So that one puts us on quest for continuous skilling kugira ngo tugendane n'izo realities, either skilling kuba dafite ubwo bumenyi cyangwa se wari ufite bwa bumenyi yandikaga mu kinyamakuru Imvaho, ubwo ni urugero rw'Imvaho dresse cyangwa ikindi, ariko agakenera improving ubushobozi bwe, aba trained wenda gukoresha social media, design, graphic design, n'ibindi. So ni ukuvuga ngo ubumenyi buragenda buhinduka, but the question is about again on outcomes. I think nkuko tugenda dupushinga kugira ubumenyi, tugomba outcomes y'ubwo bumenyi niyo ikwiriye gushapinga uburyo bw'ubumenyi dushaka. I think this is the most important thing as we talk about skills development and employment. So it's all about what you take on the market of labor, which is the first thing, your ability to do things. Icyo ushobora gukora nicyo umukoresha azashobora kureba. I think as again I come back to kuwenda ku economist bari hano, you know, icyo bita capability approach, the ability yawe kucyo ushobora kudelivering, icyo ushobora kudelivering, icyo ushobora gutekereza, icyo ushobora guframing ubuzima bwawe, but also the ability of being, icyo ushobora kuva muri ubwo bushobozi ubonye ukubaho neza. Kuko ngira ngo wenda bakora kuri labor economics cyangwa ikimuzi ibyo bita working poor. So hari bamwe basanga kabisa ubumenyi bafite bubaha akazi kadashobora kuimprovinga imibereho yabo, therefore bagakenera kuba baba skilled cyangwa upskilled kugira ngo bashobore guhindura ibyo akozi bakoraga kugira ngo babeho neza. So that is what the value and the dignified life we derive, we get it from the skills tuba turimo tubona. So that's the most, I think, the most important thing. However, skills is not enough. I think in our Christo, we need also to have the wisdom of how we use the skills we acquire, not tools, these skills, technologies, and others. So allow me to get into also the implication of skills, development and skills, na future of work. Nabwo tugenda tubona. So skills nkuko nababwiye, it is a challenge across mu bihugu. Ariko iyo ugiye muri ibyo usangamo harimo n'ikindi kibazo cya skills mismatch. Ni ukuvuga skills mismatch, ni ukuvuga ngo ubumenyi abantu bafite nibugendana n'ubumenyi abakoresha bashaka. Ibyo bituma haza ikibazo cya unemployment izamuka, ariko noneho hakazamo n'ibindi bibazo bya informality. So one, digital revolution is transforming the nature of work we are doing across, not only developing countries, but also in Africa. I remember I used, maze igihe kinini nkora kuri ibintu bya skills, I used to travel to Europe. Ahantu najyaga njya gushopingira muri supermarket, rimwe nsubirayo nsanga ibintu byose barihinduye, byose abakozi bakoraga muri za counters bose barabikuyeho za counters, abantu barajya kwishyura ku mamashini. So the first thing, of course, byarasapurayizinze ariko biranancarenginga one nagombaga kwiga kuntu ndi bujye kwishyura ku mamashini ariko ikindi kibazo nitekereje ni ukuvuga ngo aba bantu bakoraga hano bagiye hehe. So I had to talk to my colleagues barambwira bati okay nakundi nyine babaye unemployed. So question of technology advancement is very critical. So despite technology ituzanira disruption ariko appropriate skills remain adequate. Ni ukuvuga ngo nubwo izi technology zituzanira productivity zikatuzanira imirimo hamwe ndaza kugaruka. I think Eric ashobora kumutinga. Yes. So ariko hari n'ikibazo cyo kuvuga ngo the stock of appropriate skills ni ukuvuga ngo abantu dufite ku isoko ry'umurimo ese bafite bakuba badafite skills zikenewe by the market. That's the challenge that is most evident across Africa. Ikindi hari ikibazo cya fear ya automation nkuko nari mbivuze and other digital innovations. Mostly iyi narrative ituruka wenda reka mbisobanurire hano. Iyi narrative akenshi nkuko muzi ibihugu byateye imbere bigenda bigira n'izi challenges ituruka kenshi from the west. So automation is changing the nature of work, and that's why some people have worried that okay they might lose jobs because of these technology disruptions. So mostly in the area of manufacturing, retails, and other industries. However, muri Africa hano ndaza kubibasobanura how it stands. So technology advancement is also increasing, creating technical and soft skills gap in the world of work. Ni ukuvuga ngo turakenera technical skills zimwe zitari ku isoko ry'umurimo some years ago, even of recent ones. Turagenda tuzibona kuko sinashatse kugira presentation nini ariko I can share with you materials. So izi technical skills nizigendana n'izi technologies. So muri Africa ni zirakenerwa ndaza kubereka urugero rwa zimwe ariko soft skills nazo arizo ziriya nabibabwiye zitwa transferable skills. Ariko ikibazo kikakomera bitewe n'ikindi kibazo dufite mostly muri Africa cya digital illiteracy, digital deficiency. So ni ikibazo reka mbahe nk'urugero rwo mu Rwanda. Uyu munsi tuvuze ngo digital literacy nka indicator imwe ya computer skills ihagaze ku 8.5. The figures we have, the latest figures data that is out there across the continent n'ahandi usanga ari ikibazo. So nubwo rero niwatekereza niwatekereza rero wa muntu ukazaba competitive hari muri izi technologies afite ikibazo cya digital literacy. So that's something we needed to think about as so, and this is leading to what some of these figures mbereka, whereby 40% of African youth cyane nibo bafite ikibazo cy'imirimo across the continent. So wenda bamwe mujya mureba na data wenda z'u Rwanda, and some out of those ones have a working poor. Ngira ngo nasobanuye working poor icyo bisobanuye. So but here iyo du connecting the skills connecting na employment ni ibintu bigendana. However, employment ni unemployment isobanurwa n'ibindi bintu besides the skills. So nitwavuga gusa ngo tugende tuvuge abantu barashomereye kubera skills ubumenyi gusa, hari izindi factors. So I just put out 4 main factors. One ni cya kindi nabasobanuriye, abaguraduatinga muri za secondary na tertiary education institutions, ubumenyi bafite nibugendana n'ubukenewe kuri market, that's a formal market. Ndabaha nk'urugero nk'ubu data about bavuga yuko hagati y'ibihumbi 10 na 20 baguraduatinga muri Afrika.
Waravuze?
Uri kumwe hano n'umugore wawe.
John can mute. Na Robert yadufasha kamyutinga. Thank you.
Bavuga yuko graduates tugira abantu bava mu bagraduatinga muri izi institutions hagati ya miliyoni 10 na miliyoni 20 muri Afrika. Ariko ababona imirimo muri informal institutions bagera kuri miliyoni 3. You can imagine iyo percentage kuntu ingana. So abandi wakwibaza bajya hehe, bafite ibihe bibazo. So abandi bari mu kiba muri iyi point factor ya kabiri. Many youth are ill prepared to fill the few openings. Bamusanga bafite ikibazo cy'ubumenyi nyine. They often don't have the skills required by employers. Kubera ikibazo bafite poor quality of education, cyangwa se batwaye courses zitagendanye n'amahirwe ari ku isoko ry'umurimo. So hano hari ikibazo, maybe hano kuri iyi platform hashobora kuba hari ababyeyi cyangwa n'abandi bari mu burezi. There is also, besides those issues of skills, hari ikibazo cyo twita career guidance. Ni gute dutegura abantu binjira mu mashuri bigendanye n'amahirwe ari ku isoko ry'umurimo. This is something very important, but also sometimes underestimated. Urubyiruko rumwe ni rufite social capital. I think thanks to this platform, Creme de la Creme, I have been involved in bintu bya skills and education, and usanga one of the factors, ikibazo cya social capital, ngira ngo murakiza, network is very critical. Ndaza kubaha some of the findings at the end. Ni ikibazo, ni ukuvuga umuntu afite iyihe network imufata, or support system imufata. Experience nayo ni ikindi kibazo, kuko bamwe sanga atarigeze abona amahirwe naho kugira practice ngira. So those are some of the critical factors I think is affecting abantu. So as I work in these days, iyo ubonye abanyeshuri nyine mutangira gukorana, ubona ukuntu bibaha amahirwe yo kuzamuka no kubona imirimo. So what will be the future of work in Africa? This is a very interesting area. One, the future of work in Africa is complex. And sometime, ubwo ndavuga yumvuga future of work in the context of technological advancement, nayo tugenda twimburesinga as Africa. So it's complex. However, people shouldn't worry much as it is out there muri narratives. So there is somehow a difference. Muri Africa, technology advancement muri Africa ziragenda zidufasha mu gucreating imirimo cyane cyane y'uru rubyiruko kurusha yuko bifite ikibazo muri advanced economies. Ndabaha urugero, muri advanced economies harimo ikibazo cya automation nk'uko nakivuzeho, ariko mwizi technology zimwe zirimo kuza, for example digital finance, services like ngira ngo musigaye muzi byitwa finitex zirimo kuza n'izindi dufite mobile technology. Africa ngira ngo niyo ikoresha cyane mobile technologies cyane muri services zitandukanye, I think far higher than other regions of the world. Izi technologies ziraha urubyiruko akazi cyane. I think wenda niba hari abari muri Kenya cyangwa babayemo muzi icyo bita M-Pesa. M-Pesa ni one of financial technology has revolutionized the financial sector ya Kenya, cyangwa even the region, and is providing a lot of jobs for the youth n'abandi. So izi technologies zimwe ngira ngo mutangiye kuzibona hano hanze mu Rwanda muri agriculture, muri services zitandukanye. People are getting something. Iyo duciye ku bantu bacuruza za mituyu, you would wonder uyu muntu yaba adacuruza mituyu yari kuba ari hehe. So these are technologies tubona zirimo gufasha. However, I can bring however part. Hari ikibazo kindi navuze nyitangira. In the context of Africa, the biggest people we have on the continent, these are poor people, low or unskilled. Abangaba bafite ikibazo cya digital divide, cya digital literacy, and we are talking about 90% of these people. Abo rero nibo tuzi bari muri agriculture, bari muri retails, tuntu tworoshye, logistics and all these simple things. Abo ngabo niho dufite question. Abo bizagenda biti? Kuko ufite license cyangwa high school ashobora kuba upskilled or skilled akafata uwundi murongo. But these people remains a challenge for policy makers and other development actors. So abantu bose bari muri labor force yacu, but they are not prepared. So navugaga kuri some of the skills, mostly maybe technical skills. So zimwe turimo kubona nko muri Africa, there are many of them. Ariko hano just nazanye za technical digital skills zigenda zizamu. But our labor force bagifitemo ikibazo. So I just picked this graph on the left kwerekana changes muri penetration muri Africa kuri izi skills against the skill group y'abantu. Urabona yuko dugifite the rate is still very low across is a skill set, and they are all required. Na hani dushobora kuvuga ngo na institution cyangwa company cyangwa organization idakenera izi skills. Zirahari, turazikeneye twese. However, abantu wenda niba out of context, izi zimwe zirakenewe muri organizations zacu. Hari n'izindi, of course, turavuga abakora nabure, turavuga kora procurement, turavuga abandi, ariko izi nizo zirimo kwimaginga influencing the market, but we are still lagging behind. So nagerageje kubereka context ya Africa nk'uko Jonas yari yabivuze in relation to skill levels. Iyo tuvuga skill levels tuzirebera mu bice bitatu. Turavuga low skilled, medium skilled and high skilled. Iyo tuvuga high skilled tuba tuvuga even specialized skills, nizi tumaze kureba on the left. So you can see a selection of some African countries kunu zili ranked. Hejuru urareba kunu the world kunu skill levels playing out n'ukuntu influencing employment no muri Africa at 6%, ariko ukareba majority y'ibihugu bya Africa murebe hano iyi blue idafashe cyane atari iri ihera higa iri right iri hagati murayibona urabona yuko most of African labor force bafite medium skills zisanzwe general skills, but specialized skills iracyari ikibazo. So as we try to strive on the labor market, dukwiriye kureba ni gute twubaka our specialized skills or capabilities in order to compete on the market. So as I tend to finish, we have also to think about the essential skills or transferable skills. Others call them 21st century skills, but the most important thing is, I remember when we are studying kera nawatubwiraga ku kintu cya soft skills. No one could tell us about essential skills at our school at school. Ariko izi skills zirakenewe kuri labor market. Zini influencing za zindi ziri technical cyane, and how someone succeed on the labor market. So this may be, for the interest of time, is in employability skills, competence skills, transferable or soft skills. They touch on character, habits, and all this. So, and most of them have been, a lot of organizations now, actors are working on this. They have categorized them around communication, self-awareness, adaptability. Others brought in entrepreneurship. So across, I try to list some of them. Analytical skills is very important. Collaboration, how we work with others. Communication plays out. Then I earlier talked about digital skills, how we are able to use digital skills to deliver on different work roles we have. Empathy, resilience. We are always encountered with the challenges at the workplace, but we need to be resilient the way in the environment we are working on. So have the question of self-awareness or self-management. We are increasingly the world is increasingly becoming globalized and working with different people from different backgrounds. There is also diverse awareness. So maybe we shall come back to this later. 2 years ago, I was privileged to work on a study twakoze mu Rwanda hano dukorana na graduates barangije za kaminuza na TVET, dushaka kureba ni gute izi transferable or essential skills influencing labor market outcomes. So dukoresheje different scientific methods. So we did a study on about 400 graduates. Kuko twakoreshaga randomized control trial. We started n'igihumbi 500 turamanuka dogera kuri 900 tubagabanyamo kabiri abo bita ba control n'abandi treated nabo twahaye training kuri izi essential skills or soft skills. But cut long story short, our results after kuko twarabakurikiranye after almost a year and a half, tuza gusanga yuko abantu binrolinze muri izi trainings za soft skills increasing the labor market outcomes yabo by 6% malgré na effects za COVID, kuko twatangiye study mu 2020. So zo results zimwe nuko twabonye overall, so the results indicated that soft skills training boosted the labor market outcomes. For instance, kuko iyo tuvuga labor market outcomes uko umuntu yabonye akazi gusa n'ukuntu byongereye income or earnings. Baha twaravugaga niba umaze kubona skills ku improving a communication yawe, hari icyo byakugiriye byagufashije ku murimo. So bamwe barabahinduriye bizamuka this percentage. Ikindi byongereye networking yabo, diribuka cya kintu ababwiye cya social capital. So byongereye networking, bizamura amahirwe yabo ukubona akazi. Byongereye communication, ukuntu communicatingaga, ubwo tuvuga communication uko bandika, verbal and written and all those things. Self-awareness and self-identification improved as well. So I just wanted to give you a highlight of those findings. Maybe abazaba interested, I'll be happy to share with you the study report about this. Ariko icyo nashakaga kubereka nuko essential skills, they are very critical, zirimo influencing the success on labor market. So I think for the biblical implications, maybe I could leave it now. Turazawenda kubigarukaho nyuma. So let me finish by pointing to you where you can get some of the places aho mushobora kubona aho batanga izi services za soft skills n'abandi. Hari organizations atandukanye ari hanze hano nko mu gihugu, n'amahaye Rwanda Development Board na Chief Skills Office bashobora kuborienta, bafite partners offering such skills. Bench Harambe company y'aba South Africa nayo ikora kuri ibi bintu cyane, inana training abantu kuri izi skills, no, but also work readiness skills as well. Udemy nayo I think has demonstrated really good work muri nuza technology no kuntu ba preparing abantu. LinkedIn does that. I think I have been working with LinkedIn for the since 2020 kuri projet nabwo twarebaga kuntu twafasha abantu organizations private and public ariko na youth graduates na university kuntu bakoresha LinkedIn ku improving their soft skills, communication no leading no kuri employability outcomes. There are a lot of different organizations. I think if you visit them, you can get all this this information. Otherwise, I could have preferred to stop from here, and hopefully there will be some point of discussion. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Urakoze cyane, Dr. Edward, for very summarized but very critical information. Maybe tutara shifting kuri Robert. Robert, you're welcome. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Great, thank you. Kwashakaga, probably two questions before we move to also the experience by Robert.
Can I stop sharing?
I think so, yes, fine. Dr. Edward, hari abavuga ko digitalization itwara akazi kubera ko akazi gatangira gukorwa n'imashini, ariko hakaba abandi bavuga ko ahubwo itanga akazi ndetse ahubwo kisumbuyeho in terms of quality. Mwe mubibona gute on the field, mu byo musuzuma? Icya kabiri, between technical skills and soft skills, murabona ari izihe zimattering the most? Of course ushobora kuba zuzuzanya, but I wanted to understand your perspective in terms of if one is to be successful, ufite technical skills nyinshi n'ufite soft skills nyinshi, who is likely to succeed? Of course your study shobora kuba yarabikoze, but I don't know the comparison uko muyibona mwebwe. Then from there we will shift to Robert, hanyuma tuze no kugaruka kuri Edward. You can answer those questions. N'abandi feel free to suggest question on muri chat, ariko turaza no gufungura urubuga kuba bakeneye gufata microphone. Thank you. Edward, over.
Yeah. Murakoze Jonas. Let me start with the latter. I think here we need to understand two things, because after all, you need to enter on the labor market. So to enter on the labor market, there are conditions. One of them is the qualification, but also in the process, you need the soft skills also to succeed. This week I was interviewing people. Twagombaga gukorana. So I came up with terms of reference, clarifying someone I need. And then those guys showed up. Then in the conversation, I realized that however someone has this degree, ariko hari izindi gaps, he's not able to communicate ibyo ashobora gukora. You know, that's one aspect. Ariko urumva yari yaciye kuri phase ya mbere yuko ndashaka umuntu ufite license muri. You see it? So both are required. We need both of these skills. However, soft skills complements and try to enable the technical skills to shine and benefit the holder. So we need both. I wouldn't say that we need, it's not explicit that we will require soft or we require technical. Both of them are required on the labor market. That's what I could say. Digitalization takes jobs. This also needs to be understood in terms of context. So as I explained earlier, in Africa, I wouldn't say that digitalization has started taking up jobs. Maybe in some organizations, they have started being conscious about digital literacy. And then it affects those with these digital literacy skills. However, across where jobs come from, mostly in private sector, digitalization have not started taking jobs. But if people are not prepared and be able to use these machines, then things will go bad to them. I think people need to keep reskilling themselves, be conscious about the trends of the economy, of job opportunities, and reskill or skill themselves accordingly or appropriately. But we wouldn't just conclude that digitalization, maybe automation might take some jobs in some countries. But as Aria said, Africa, we are still at low base of where automation would apply. which is in manufacturing, in industries. We are still have the big percentage of the labor force in manufacturing and industrial industries that require certain skills that they don't even have as of today. So, but it is good that this discussion is coming so that people get prepared and see and be able to gauge how trends are evolving. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Robert, now come to you. Watubwira briefly, we're sharing with the audience we have your experience and journey in acquiring some of these skills we are talking about. Niba ngombwa watubwira which are those skills. Hanyuma turagenda tuganira with a few questions, but we welcome you first of all. For those who don't know Robert, one of the young people very more striving to improve their skills, more cutting edge skills. So if you want the 21st century skill set, ariko kandi akabikoramo na volunteerism kuri church, ariko akaba afite n'ibyo akora professionally mu kazi ke. Nyirango ndatwaye umwanya munini wagarukiye aho. Robert, over to you.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction. Of course, my name is Robert Mugabo, ndi Umunyarwanda, and my short profile on the comments in the chats, so some people would love maybe to check it out and let's get connected. So, Robert Mugabo yasoje university just last year at the African Leadership University. What I was doing was entrepreneurial leadership. And at LU, when I got there in 2019, they told us that we are not just choosing majors as most of the people do when they get to university. They were telling us that we should be the ones to change the way the kind of the education system Africa was receiving by choosing missions of our lives, missions that are going to drive the kind of the life we want to live in the 21st century, as many people are talking about. So my mission back then and still today is to turn ideas into projects and challenges into opportunities, or problems into opportunities. So every time when I see an idea, I think of a project, and it has become into part of my blood. And when I see a problem, I force myself to think about what should be the solution to such kind of a problem, however simple or small that would be, or even big. So from that time, taking entrepreneurial leadership, I've been in health care industry, I've been in agriculture, I've been in tech, I've been in real estate. Aho hose nagendaga mfite projet ikabaga ari akazi cyangwa consulting project. I've ever been in project management projects. I've also been muri event management n'ibindi byinshi. So how did I acquire the skills? Maybe going to the point. So I believe there are many ways of acquiring the right skills. Myself, I was lucky to join the African Leadership University, which really centers its interventions to 21st century skills. Equipping, for them, they believe they're equipping the leaders of tomorrow the right skills to solve the most complex challenges Africa is facing today and will be facing in the near future. So that's how they believe it, and that's what they put, or what they make us believe. So by that time, for example, I like telling stories. Just in my first year, I was doing 4 courses, which was comprised of what we call the leadership core. I was doing data and decisions courses. I was doing communicating for impact. I was doing project management, and I was doing entrepreneurial leadership, which included courses like empathy, sympathy, everything those who have read Steve Covey books, and those were the things I was doing in entrepreneurial leadership. Looking all those skills that you need to be a leader, to be an unconventional leader. And from that time, from that first year, where we're literally talking about all the 21st century skills Dr. Edward mentioned, that was the last time I was sitting almost a week without maybe doing everything, just concentrating on class. From that time, natangiye kubona mu by'ukuri I've been busy working. Mva muri projet imwe njya mu yindi, sibyo na projet, even my volunteering work nkuko yabivuze at Zion Temple, it got really elevated. Nk'ubu ngubu ndi bunavugemo ikintu cyo kuvuga service above self, serving others even if you are gaining nothing tangibly. Ko ni mu buryo bumwe apart from ibyo dushobora kwigira mu ishuri, ariko mu by'ukuri ishuri ntabwo rizakwigisha byose. Hari ibyo uzakura mu kazi, hari ibyo uzakura even volunteering work. For example, ngewe kuri Zion Temple, I lead a team of over 50 young people who do communications. Those include the people in the writing center, those who use the social media, the techies, those who do our apps, our websites, our everything. I lead them. Had I not went to ALU or acquired the right skills of management, I wouldn't be doing that. Kindly, all those people are managing them because they are volunteers, as I am. So it requires also another level of management, because that's someone who is giving you like 2 hours every week. So how do you use those kind of hours that they are giving you? And they are different people and they have different things. And through service, I started serving almost 2016. I have gained the skills, I have gained the exposure, I have gained the confidence that even at my work, where I work at Never Again Rwanda as a youth program officer, they have never given me. So the presentations that I do, the people that I get connected to, like Jonas, mention them. Everyone that I've been able to work with for the past 3 or 4 years, we met them. I met them at church. And these are people who are doing extraordinary work in their areas of intervention, on their spheres of influence. And I've been able to also gain not only the confidence to reach out to them, but also provide solutions to them. So ndumva mbisamarizinze niyo nubwo biri mu kavuyo somehow, ariko that's how I've been able to gain skills. Volunteering, also getting to one of the best universities on the continent that is really focusing on building confidence and making leaders of tomorrow have the 21st century skills, but also the technical work, because they don't hire you for just having 21st century skills. As Dr. Edward just mentioned, you need that balance of having the technical skills and these other skills, because people at the job market, they just need you to get the job done. They don't care how confident you are or how you can write or do what, but they also want to see you solving the challenges, the problems they are facing in their work, in their communities, and everywhere. Maybe we'll go down to other questions and I'll wait for others to ask. Thank you so much.
Well,
I hope
thank
it
you,
makes
Robert.
sense.
Dusigaranye iminota 21. Let's try to share them, but one more question to Robert before we open the audience, the floor to the bigger audience. Robert, ni iki wabwira urubyiruko ruvuga ko rudafite aho rwigira all these skills? They tend more to present excuses on why they can't make it. And do you find their excuse relevant, or there is a missing link?
Yes, sometimes the excuse are kind of relevant. Njewe mbanziza kuvuga ngo, where are you coming from? Let's all agree we are a developing community, and not many of us have gained a fair access to quality education that could equip you with the right skills. So some usanga batarabana highlighted kuri these skills nta nubwo yumva n'agaciro kazo at some point. But I also find it down, if I would call it, cyangwa kugira ubunebwe, to also, if the kind of education you attended didn't give you the right skills, now ubumenyi buri in the air, if I would say. They talked about Udemy, they talked about Coursera, and others, and people you meet, and the conventions you attend, the conferences you go to, attend community workshops everywhere. That's where you can get skills. So kumbwira rero ngo numva urabibona gutya, I find it also lazy at some point, because skills, where do we get skills? We get skills from connecting to ourselves to the right people. Kumva ko wifitiye confidence to go out there in the community. If I say community, mwumva mu kazi, wumve mu muganda, wumve everywhere you meet 3 or 4 people and you have a conversation. Through such conversation, it's where you develop different things. But also, let's see the resources that we have now because of the technology. Talk about the online courses. There are free tutorials that you can really access, free, YouTube. Most of the young people really are on YouTube. And usanga birebera indirimbo, birebera movies. And those movies or indirimbo nta kintu kinini ziri ukwigisha usibye to entertain you. Yes, entertainment is good, but what else, what skill are you adding to your life? Because if you're not adding value to yourself, then you are not going to wait anyone to help you get that if you didn't show that interest. Ikindi ni icyo kintu cyo kutagira zeal cyangwa kutaba intentional about continuous improvement. Buriya uvuga ngo nizi iki cyangwa nakoze iki muri iki gihe, bituma uvuga ngo here in the Mureshek, I need to make sure that I improve. See the setbacks you've been having, improve them. And one thing I would tell them, I would tell them, reach out. Don't just say staying on our menu. Fitengo, what? And some of the people also have got access to quality education. Also, Changwa, you have the skills. What are we doing on our side? If I come to the other side, what are we doing to help them? I'll just share one of the great examples that happened today. So Umunsi, I went to, I've been in conversation with one of the ALU African Leadership Group new companies, which is Alex, that is providing tech programs from the US and other parts of the world. So I wanted to connect Alex to my community at church. So today we organized a career day of over 500 young people who attended the Congress, and we wanted them to give them scholarships because there is that opportunity to do that, but also highlight them to these 21st century skills that Alex is providing, which is a subsidiary to the African Leadership Group that has also the African Leadership University. These young people are now going to get access to this kind of quality education because MasterCard provided money. They are going to learn for free. So, but it has passed through me so that I've understood the gap that are in my community, and then connected them to also those that are providing solutions. And now we are getting something good. So I also encourage everyone on the call, what are you doing to bring those skills to these young people, despite also getting them motivated and influenced to improve on their continuous improvement so that they have the right skills. Thank you. Sorry, Kurondogora.
Urakoze rwose, urakoze. Back to Edward, ariko na Robert, I think you can both answer this question. But Robert, you had a slide which you skipped. Edward, what does the Bible say about skills and the need to skilling, reskilling, or upskilling? Ibi tuvuga ni by'isi cyangwa bifite biri connected n'ijambo ry'Imana, since we also believe that the biblical perspective also matter. It matters a lot, as most of us on this platform, actually, we brand ourselves as Christian, but also looking at how whatever we discuss also goes with the biblical perspective. Edward, let's start with you.
Thank you so much, Jonas. I think if you could allow me, I bring back the other slide.
Sure.
Let me bring it back. Wenda hari ikintu nababwiye nuko nanjye ni umukristu nsengera New Life Bible Church. I have been leading the ministry for the last, I think, 16 years. So these are the issues sometimes we come across of skills, but sometimes kugira ngo dushaka kubireba yuko ari ibintu by'isi, kandi bariya ni iby'abantu bize n'iby'abantu bashaka kugira ibi ngibi, ariko ikintu numva cya mbere, of course, with this awareness, spiritual awareness, ko Imana niho iduha ubushobozi n'umugisha to live and to acquire what we have, ariko ni nayo iduha umugisha wo kwiga no gushobora kugera ku kindi dukenera. One, dukeneye kugira ubumenyi bwose kugira ngo tunimprovinge n'uburyo dusavinga Imana. I think now, if I look back since I got saved almost 25 years ago, uburyo twakoraga and the way how we could serve God has totally changed. And one of them, nuko the technology, education, development has totally changed the way we serve God. Reka mbahe urugero rundi rwihuse. Ngira ngo murabizi leta ku baba mu Rwanda iminsi yashize avuze ati yashyizeho policy ati udafite iyi level ya education nago azaba pastor, for example. That is a call kuri twebwe twese ko ubumenyi ari ikintu gikomeye. Noneho kuri labor market nago bitandukanya ngo wowe uri umukristo cyangwa we nturi umukristo. It is the question of competitiveness you demonstrate. On addition, of course, tuba tugomba kwerekana values zacu nk'abakristo. Ariko that aspect of competitiveness is very important. And we acquire competitiveness with skill set and tools which we should be having. So, icyo kintu rwose, competitiveness, nago hari umugisha w'Imana iduha, ariko dukeneye no kuba yuko tugumiza tugenda twihugura. Niba wari ufite, I remember I was talking to a lady yasengeraga mu nsengero rumwe somewhere nari mentioning. Then aza kuza ku rusengero rwacu, ariko ari umukozi w'Imana. She had done theology yabo y'icyo gihe. She was serving in church, yarabwirizaga. I guess hano ni abakristo, reka mbajyane muri iyo ntuza. Yarabwirizaga. Noneho nza kumwira, ariko urabizi ushobora no kubwiriza muri iyi service. Ati nabishobora se ibintu bya hano biri sophisticated gutya. Why not? Wabishobora. I kept encouraging her. Noneho to cut the long story short, the day agera igihe bamubwiye ko azigisha, noneho aragenda arigisha, ariko yarambwira ati nafashe icyumweru niyiriza practicinga. At one of the challenges byanyishe ni ugupreparinga slides. You can imagine that, which means we also need these skills not only on the market place but also in our church as well, kugira ngo dufashe n'abandi. Icyo ni kimwe. Ikindi cya kabiri, dukeneye natwe kuguma twimprovinga. So ntabwo ndi busome ibyanditswe murabireba kuri slides, ariko dukeneye natwe kugumiza twimprovinga so that we keep being relevant not only on the marketplace but also in our churches, no kugira ngo tubere abandi umugisha as well, because if you meet someone skilled and educated Christian, no kumiting uwundi uri Christian ufite izo gaps, abo bantu babiri baratandukana. So this is very, very important. Let me conclude with the last point. We have been called to be heads, not tail. Rwose sinzi hano niba hariho abanyeshuri kuri platform, nababwiye nigisha muri kaminuza. That's something, one of the things that really challenge me, ni ukubona umuntu w'umukristu udakora ibi bintu nyine, udashyiramo effort ngo yige, kuko we ntago azajya gukopera. We ni umukristu, agomba kwiga, agasobanukirwa, akagenda, akajya mu ishuri, akicara imbere y'ikizami, akagikora. Then na performinga, nubwo competitiveness ye yazamutse, no kuri labor market nabwo ntago azashakisha izindi ziramuzi nazo zindi z'amanyanga kugira ngo abone akazi. So we have to be here, always strive to be here. And by doing that, it requires us to work and to be intentional. And obviously, hari ibyo twita, hari ibyo tudashobora, iyo twabaye abakristu, hari iyindi migisha idukurikira. Iyi migisha Imana idusezeranya ibiri guaranteed, but there are certain things we have to work on. You have to work on how you manage your time, how you choose friends, how you choose what to do, all those things. Nk'urugero bimwe Robert yararimo avuga, but I think let me stop here because of interest of time. But what I can say, obviously, it's God who blesses us, but we need to have our stake as well. Thank you.
Great. Amen. His point was zanditse ngaho iyo bisomye wumva menya wajya no mu mwuka to some extent, kuko zirahitinga kuri topic mu by'ukuri. Robert, do you have something to say on this? Because
Yes.
honestly speaking, we do appreciate what you do. Some of us who don't know what goes on in the background, the output, the outcome out there from the comms team and the I would say also the advanced technology that we are using today. It's really, really amazing. Please tell us a bit from the biblical perspective, your thought on this.
Yes. Maybe I would start from a simple Bible verse, Proverbs 18:15. When you read it, you see the importance of acquiring knowledge. That's what the verse talks about. And when we seek knowledge, let's say, muri perspective of serving Imana, we even serve it better because we acquire knowledge and the wisdom, not to just have it, but to actively apply it into our daily lives and our daily work. So, everything that I've been doing, everything that I've been trying to work out. Ndavuga, even muri comms team nkuko wari ubivuze, I developed a simple slogan, if I would say. We don't just serve here, muri comms team. That's what I tell people. We serve the Lord with excellence. Because we believe for us worship, it's not just raising our hands, maybe what. Yes, it's that. But from our heart, we believe also excellence is also one of the best ways to worship. And the best way to do that is to do the work we do excellently. We do it as if this is, for example, if we are developing an application, we pull out the best people who can help us to do that, whether be they here in Rwanda or they are outside. That's how we do it. We say, this is what we want. How can we achieve it? This is for the Lord. It's not for Robert. It's not for Apostle. It's for a person who will read it or who will see it and get motivated to also come to church on Sunday. That's one of the things that has really helped us, and we've seen a lot of people's lives change through that, through such kind of excellent serving. So also when you see what the Bible tells us, whether it be Proverbs 16:3 about commitment, whatever we had to the Lord, so that He can help us establish our plans. Literally, it's telling us, putting it in this context, if you say, I want to acquire such a skill, I put my energy, I put my thinking, my belief, I want to gain this. I want to get connected to this person so that I can learn one or two, three things from them. When you see the Bible, everything is there. And I appreciate that we can see what Dr. Abivugaga Mukanya, we can see also young people from the church using the Bible measures or metrics to also bring us to serve excellently and above and beyond the norms. So that's what I can say, and it helps me on a daily basis. Yeah, thank you.
Great. Mureke dufungure urubuga ku bandi. Robert, feel free to share your article as well on acquiring these 21st century skills through church volunteering. And Dr. Edward, hari umuntu wasabye ko wa sharing a PowerPoint presentation. I hope that is fine with you. Hari one question yabajijwe, I think, na Theophile. Ibaza career guidance na these skills nko kubaza ese bifira ese kutagira skills bifira muri poor quality of the education cyangwa se nukubura these career guidance support programs cyangwa se nina byombi. In your assessment mubona ari iki, what is the missing link? Ariko nyirango mbere yuko musubiza twareba niba hari abasabye ijambo. Feel free to unmute and speak out. Waba yifuza gufata ijambo, uyu niwo mwanya. Dusigaranye iminota nyirango ni mike cyane, ariko twaha umuntu nk'umwe cyangwa babiri. Yes, Etienne.
Murakoze. Ikibazo cyanjye mbere wenda yo kubaza ndabanza gushimira mu by'ukuri bavuze ni byiza cyane, harimo ibintu byinshi bimwe wenda umuntu yumvise bwa mbere, ariko se nk'umuntu wagize poor education ni gute ashobora kwikura muri iyo situation yo gusafaringa muri career ye udafite skills zitandukanye, utari ready nyine gufesinga iyi myaka turimo, ibikenewe ku isoko ry'umurimo, skills n'ibiki byose. Mbese umuntu uri muri ni izihe nama wenda ashaka cyangwa se n'iki yakora kugira ngo ave muri iyo bondage cyangwa se muri iyo situation, abashe gukora nyine nawe career wenda, nimba wenda yaba wenda ahari ariho atagombye kuba ari bitewe na passion na talent n'ibiki byose, ariko muri rusange nshaka kubaza ni iki umuntu yakora aragize amahirwe yo kubona izo soft skills cyangwa se career guidance, yakura muri uwo akabasha gukora akazi muri iyi myaka nyine ikenewemo izi skills zose. Murakoze.
Arakoze Etienne, ngira ngo ikibazo cyumvikanye. Dr. Edward, nagira ngo mbaze niba wabashe gusoma ibibazo biri muri chat, cyane cyane ikibazo cya Eric. Ngira ngo byinshi we yashimaga for the presentation, ariko quickly Eric arashima nawe the presentation, akanemeza ko yemeranwa namwe ko hari many online platform for graduate to upskill, ariko akavuga ko it is important to recognize or acknowledge gap in the university system in equipping graduates with the required skills, both technical and soft skills for the labor market. Akavuga ko tracer surveys and other studies reveal differences in employability skills between international and local universities in Rwanda. The question reads, to Edward, of course, who is also a university lecturer, what can we do to improve what our local universities are offering? Ndumva twaba tugarukiye aho ngaho ko iminota tuyirengejeho 2, ntitubasha gusubiza ibibazo tugakora na concluding remarks twasoreza aho ngaho. You have the floor, Robert. Edward, then Robert, tugana no ku musozo. Thank you.
Murakoze. If I could start.
Yes, please.
Reka nangirane n'ikibazo cya Etienne. Umuntu yagize maybe education ya yindi ye navuze education cyangwa education, whatever uko yabimeze kose. I think mbere yuko umuntu ataragera muri retirement, ni ukuvuga washaje cyane hejuru ya myaka myinshi, ngira ngo wenda 80, Bibiliya itubwira 75. It is still possible ko ugira icyo ushobora gukora kandi kikazana results nziza. Abahanga n'abandi zindi nuza developments zirimo kuza, kugira ngo bamwe muzi ibyo bita long life learning. Long life learning ni ukugira ngo nyine bimwe bya dressing nk'ikibazo Etienne yavugaga. So nta gihe kihari cyo kuvuga ngo umuntu ntashobora kwiga. The only question ni ukuvuga ngo uriga iki, urakigira iki. I think objective here matters. I think that's the most important thing. You need to first use Ikinyarwanda. Ugomba kubanza kumenya n'iki ushaka kwiga cyangwa n'iki ushaka kugeraho. Then niba nicyo ushaka kugeraho, then I can draw path. Okay, ndashaka kugera kuri iki, bizasaba kwiga ibi ngibi. Ikiza cy'uyu munsi byose ntago bigikeneye gusubira muri university. No, hari bimwe ushobora kwiga online, hari bimwe ushobora kwigira ku bandi, hari bimwe ushobora kuvuga uti ndasaba internship cyangwa volunteerism, which is a very critical thing. Ahandi mu zindi regions z'isi, n'ubu ugiye muri developed economies, ikintu cyitwa volunteerism, internship fellowship ni ibintu bikomeye cyane mu kongera ubumenyi bw'abantu, cyane cyane employability skills, no kubaha amahirwe yo kubona akazi, cya kintu navugaga cya social capital and networking. Usanga hano twe muri Afurika tudaha priority cyane. So kubera yuko jewe nyine I always encounter these people, some who come and work with me on cyangwa n'abandi, ukabona yuko umuntu arimo kwimprovinga every day. So ibyo ntabwo bikeneye yuko ujya mu ishuri. Sometime ushobora kwigana gukorana n'abandi bantu barimo gukora kuri icyo kintu ushaka, which is the first step is to define what you need. Then hakaza kuri iki kintu wenda bijya guhura n'ikintu cya career guidance. Twebwe tugomba kumenya context zacu. Sometime hari ubwo dusanga tuva mu miryango wenda udafite aunt, uncle, daddy afite ubwo bumenyi n'ibiki bashobora kukoriyana, ariko ushobora kuba ufite mugenzi wawe musengana, wenda muziranye muri quartier cyangwa hehe, whom you can talk to, akakoriyana akakugira inama. So kubigendanye n'icyo ngicyo ushaka, then akakuvuga okay, hano wajya hano, ese wakwiga iyi course kuri Udemy, ushobora gukora kuri LinkedIn hano ugakora ama course, cyangwa ushobora gukorana n'aba bantu. Ibyo bintu byose kuri iki gihe birahari, birashoboka. Then to summarize, you need to first define what you want. Then what universities need to improve. Yeah, ndemeranya na Eric, university zacu nuko igihe cyagiye, ariko university zacu they need to revisit their educational programs, curriculums, the way they teach, the way they prepare their students. Rwose icyo gusa rero ni ikintu kinini cyane, birasubira muri policy, birasubira muri implementations of policies, biragenda muri infrastructure z'amashuri no gutegura abarimu pedagogical, ukuntu bagomba kwigisha, n'ibindi byinshi, kugira right lecturers, kubaha packages zibafasha. It's a number of things, but I think the most important thing, bitaragera no kuri university, ukiriye bihera muri primary, ukuntu abantu bazamuka muri primary. Hari ubwo usanga umuntu ari kuri university bigoye kugira ngo uzahindure ubushobozi afite, kuko yamaze kwangirika. No bya bintu twita mu Kinyarwanda ngo igiti cyamaze kugorama, biragoye kongera kugira ikintu hinduraho. So the most important thing, when hano hari ababyeyi, focus on education starting all the way from primary and be intentional on that. Then Imana nidufasha nyine university zacu zizagenda zita kuri ibi. Nk'ubu ngubu university nizitaga ku bintu bya soft skills. So I went to preach the soft skills to universities. Wenda Robert wenda ashobora kuba yarambonye nza kuri RU, across all different universities here. Bamwe nibabihaga value, even some up to today. Kandi they are very, very important. Career guidance, wenda bari abanyeshuri kuri platform, muzagende mubaze abashinzwe career guidance be ku ma university yanyu ibyo bakora. They are doing totally different things. So ibyo rero at the end biragenda bika affectinga output y'abanyeshuri barimo kuva mu ma university no wenda no mu activity n'ahandi. So I think this is something, a big issue that requires policy restructuring and all these things. Ariko icyo narangirizaho nuko wowe nko ku giti cyawe, you need to do your role. Don't wait ngo bazageza igihe bazatangiza a curriculum ya soft skills. twerekanyeho bimwe bishobora guturuka. Be intentional, work on them. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Robert. Up to you.
Yes, maybe about that, yo kuba uburyo waka-acquiring knowledge or skills wenda utaragize access to. Nongeye ku byo Dr. yaravuze, njyewe I would say, of course, sometimes, no, warakuze, it can be a bit tedious, but start small. What do I mean? Break down, for example, the learning process, for example, into smaller manageable tasks. Niba ushaka kwiga iki, ukavuga ngo ku munsi wenda nzajya nsoma aka kantu. Break it into smaller parts that you can easily manage. Ikindi is to also approach this thing of acquiring new skills mu buryo buri needful. Like, you don't want it, you need it. Not to just be there in life, but to survive, if I would say. And by that, it brings the sense of responsibility. Ikanaguteramo akantu ka patience somehow. Ikindi nubakira ku cyo Dr. yavuze, seek support around the people around you. Niba twabibonye twese hano turasenga. Let's say, for example, New Life. Sorry for the background noise. Seek support around. For example, twabonye abasengera New Life, abasengera Zion Temple, n'ahandi usengera. There is always that person with such a skill that you can easily connect to and seek mentorship, who can help you get the job done in easily manageable way, bitabagoye mwembi, and you acquire the skill cyangwa gufasha muri icyo kintu. So I would say that start small, seek support to people around you in your community. Yeah, thank you.
Great. Thank you. We are coming to the end of our conversation today, and we thank the speakers for this opportunity and their knowledge, skills, wisdom they have shared with us. Maybe 1 second to each of them to say the final words as we conclude. Dr. Edward?
Yes, reka jyewe mbashimire cyane, nshimire rwose kuba mwadutumiye kandi kuba mworganizinga izi events zimeze nk'izi. Ibi ni ibintu biri ngombwa cyane, bigerageza gutanga amakuru kandi n'ubumenyi. Of course, please never estimate them, always ensure to make use of them. Ikindi ni uko ubumenyi nababwe ntabwo ari stock, buhora bwiprovinga bugira. So ubitekereza ubwo ari bwo bwose, don't say that it is not possible. It is possible. Just you need one step. God will provide 99 steps for you. Just step out. Try something. Then ndekandanyirize ndaza gusharinga Jonas presentation abonye hari abayisaba, then he can share the presentation to you. Mwakoze, Imana ibahe umugisha.
Murakoze cyane. Robert?
Thank you so much. Nanjye ndashimira cyane for the opportunity to share such insights and also gain from everyone here. I would say my concluding remarks would be, truly, the journey of acquiring skills, it should be personal, or it is personal, and it is good to also view it as an ongoing process. You cannot stop, so you keep learning. Niyo warageze mu kazi uri deje cyangwa uri umuyobozi mukuru wa hehe, you keep gaining and need to acquire new skills and knowledge. So by adopting maybe positive mindset, breaking down the task nkuko nabivugaga mu kanya, and seeking that support to people around you can help you to understand the kind of challenges you are facing towards getting those skills, and bring on that learning curve that you can build as a foundation to your process of acquiring knowledge for the future success. So I thank you so much for the opportunity. I thank you for the kind attention, and bless you all.
Great. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us and staying with us through. Turashimira cyane presenters, turashimira abatendinze bose. We hold this kind of session every month, meaning the next one should be towards the end of February. So keep in touch with us, and we'll keep you posted. Hasigaye mugira amahoro y'Imana kandi turabasabira umugisha mwese. Imana turagushimira ko wabanye natwe. Gendana na buri wese tukuhereze